We're here on Locke Street in Hamilton, Ontario at Brux House Craft Beer and Kitchen. I'm gonna step inside, talk to Chef de Cuisine Kyle Forth, see what makes Brux House tick, sample some food. I'm Jamie Waldron. This is Indie Kitchen. Now we're talking with Chef de Cuisine of Brux House Restaurant, Kyle Forth. There's a bit of a backstory and how was the name? How did that come about?
So Brux House is basically the brainchild of the two owners, Georgina Metropolis and Fraser McFarlane. This is their second restaurant, and I guess they were sort of looking for a place that filled a void in Hamilton in terms of good food and good beer. The name is actually derived from a strain of wild yeast native to Belgium.
Was that like a calculated decision for them to be on Locke Street?
I think Locke, because if you just look at our neighbors, we've got cheese shops, we've got delis, we've got artists, we've got bookstores, and just sort of the sense of community that we have here is really fantastic.
Their first restaurant, Quatrefoil, obviously established itself as like the go-to spot in Hamilton and the GTA. Why don't you just tell me what Brux House what the philosophy and what goes on here?
Yeah, I guess it's sort of a scaled-back version. We use all the same techniques, but the food is maybe more approachable. So you're going to find something that you're familiar with, maybe with a bit of a twist, and push you out of your comfort zone just a little bit, and then probably find something that you really enjoy through eating it.
So Brux bills itself as a craft beer and kitchen. Is there a conscious effort to bridge that gap between the two?
I think if you look at restaurants these days, you're going to have places that have really great beer and really great food, but maybe not at the same time. So I think what we do here is offer both of best worlds. We have a really great kitchen staff and an amazing front of house staff, an amazing head bartender, Kevin, that puts out amazing cocktails and knows an endless amount about the beers on tap. Like you see, there are 16 of them there, right?
So as far as the menu goes, is there a direction that you guys are taking as far as like the creation of some of the dishes?
So we're sort of loosely based around the European beer belt, so you'll find influences from Germany and Belgium and England. The menu changes with the seasons, so as well as we can, we'll cook what's available, what's seasonal. And we also have a feature menu, so that will change sometimes daily, just to see, someone goes to the farmer's market, they get inspired by a particular ingredient, and go from there. After
a 12, 14, 16-hour day, sometimes you guys put in crazy hours here. Yep. You go home. What are you cooking for yourself?
There's not a lot of time for it. I feed the dog and maybe go straight to sleep, but generally, if I'm cooking for myself at home, probably a pot of mussels on like a chilly night.
We're super stoked to get into the kitchen.
Yeah, let's do it. I'd love to.
Cool. What do you got going on for us?
Okay, the first thing we're going to try today, guys, is a chicken liver parfait. We cook this parfait sous vide.
Sous vide, essentially like poach it.
That helps to improve the texture and it gives us more control when we're cooking it. We're going to rinse the livers overnight in a little bit of milk to draw out some of the blood. Then we're going to make our mixture in the blender, lots of cream, lots of butter. We put them into small little mason jars, basically, and put the seal on it so that it's just hand tight. And then we cook it in a water bath for an hour and 16 minutes. So it's pretty precise, but you know exactly what's going to happen each time.
Yep.
So we've got the parfait on there, a little bit of crostini for a bit of texture, and we just dressed with some bitter greens here, radicchio, Belgian endive, frise lettuce. These are just thinly sliced shallots that we've pickled with saffron. We're just going to do a nice little quenelle. That's sort of like a carrot orange marmalade, like a condiment, if you will.
Okay.
And then just a little bit of balsamic, a little bit of color, a little bit of acidity, a bit of olive oil, and that's basically going to do it for that dish.
I'm finding lots of fish options on the menu when I come, so why don't you tell us a little bit about this dish?
It's a rainbow trout from Manitoulin Island. So I've just got a really hot pan, and we're looking to get a nice crust on the bottom of that fish. So we're going to let it hang out in there just for a minute. Okay, so we got hummus on the plate. We're just going to add a little bit of quinoa salad. Then we're going to look at our fish again. You can see that it's starting to cook just up each side, so that's when you can tell that you're starting to get towards a medium, at least on the bottom half of the fish. We've got a pretty good crust on there now. So the secret of a lot of French cooking is a good amount of butter in the pan. So let the butter melt. Once it gets a little bit brown, which is a nice nutty flavor to the butter, we're going to add lemon juice. What that's going to do is cool the liquid down in the pan so that the butter doesn't continue to cook and therefore burn. Basically what we've got as a vinaigrette here is chimichurri sauce, so lots of fresh herbs, lots of olive oil, a bit of garlic, Japanese eggplant on the grill, just to warm it through. It's already been charred on the grill and then marinated with a bit of balsamic. Just throw that eggplant in the pan with that butter and lemon just to give it a little bit extra fat. It's a nice and light dish, but you got to get some semblance of fat in there as well, right?
Absolutely.
A little bit of chervil for garnish. Just just basically French parsley, with slightly like parsley, a little bit like tarragon.
Gotcha.
And that's that.
Kyle has reassured me that he's just here for the beer and to watch me eat this amazing food. So we're going to start with the chicken liver parfait that he just prepared for us. All right, man, on your recommendation, I'm just going in with the fists and fingers ablazing here. It was like so smooth, like ridiculously smooth. And then we've got, what the kernel is one more time?
It's a carrot and orange marmalade.
Okay.
So it's slightly sweet that will contrast with the bitter greens.
So do you want me to, like, is the combo the idea for this dish?
Got it. Yep. The more aspects you can get on the fork, the better.
Oh my God, you're gonna have to like give me a shovel then for this. Apricot, kernel with the carrots, and the parfait is just like stunning. Again, you're not eating anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this. Now we've got our trout, and we've got a Japanese eggplant.
Yeah.
Okay, on the quinoa salad here with some hummus.
Heirloom tomatoes.
I'm gonna make sure I get some of the eggplant in there, some of the hummus, and this whole thing in here. So yeah, while this may not look very appealing to the home viewer to watch me shove this enormous portion in my mouth, I don't really care. Thanks for teaching me how to cook fish properly in the kitchen, because that is like phenomenal, and I'll make sure to try to employ that at home, although I'm sure that I could not even come close to how awesome that is cooked. Everything just really comes together. It's just such a dynamite dish, but I'd say like cheers to that.
Cheers.
Thanks very much for allowing us to come in.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.